This is WOKB 1680 AM Winter Garden
and W264DV
100.7 FM Kissimmee, the heart and soul of Central Florida. The views and opinions of the following program is not necessarily those of WOKB, staff, and management of Unity Broadcasting.
Just can't stop thanking you.
Welcome once again to another edition of the 411 with yours truly, Dr. Cora Powell, Miles Powell, and of course yours truly, Michael Norman, sitting in for her on this afternoon. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it again. Hey. So, of course, we got the 411 that you need right here for the community and abroad, both right here on station 1680 WOKB locally and the World Wide Web. What a joy to be with you. It's another one.
Things come and they go, but there is something they don't know. It's your love that never lets me down. You're always there through the storm and rain, and when I come to you, you never change, Lord. City, you've been there through thick and thin, always, and now I owe my whole heart to you. After all that I've been through, I just want to say thank you. Oh. After all you brought me through, all of my heart belongs to you. I just want to thank you for all you've done for me. But I just can't stop. You brought me through so many times. Said all of my heart belongs.
Oh, yes. And when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me,
I can't stop thanking you.
Hey.
I can't stop.
Hey.
I won't stop. I just can't stop thanking you. Said I just can't stop. You brought me through so many times, so all of my heart, it belongs to you. Said I just can't stop. All that you brought me through, I want to say thank you. Yeah. All of my heart, it belongs to you. It belongs to you. Father, I can't stop. I don't want to stop. Father, I can't stop thanking you. Father, I can't stop. I don't want to stop. Father, I can't stop.
Hey guys, again, welcome to another edition of the 411 with yours truly, Dr. Cora Miles Powell, who is out today, but her capable sidekick is here. I'm yours truly, Pastor Michael Norman here, and I've got some info I need to share with you. In light of all of the things that are going on in the world today, we've got corona, we've got monkeypox. What is a monkeypox? I thought we got, shots for that, didn't we? Back when we were kids, or was that the chicken? What? How come all of these pox? You got chicken pox, monkeypox. What's the next? Giraffe, lion pox. We got to stop messing with these animals. I think that's what that is. Y'all need. Okay. All right. We won't mess with that. But the reality is we want you to be safe. We want you to be safe, secure, and make sure that, you're walking in the best of health and that you will do as the scriptures say, that you might prosper and be in good health. I've got a special guest on the line from the National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Chorus, and she is making history as being the first female president in, I suspect, the life of this entire convention. So we're going to go to the phone lines and chat with her in just a moment. But again, why don't you take a moment to just share. For those of you who are watching or listening, rather, online and watching by virtue of Facebook, tell a friend to tune in. It's the 411 with yours truly, Pastor Michael Norman, sitting in for the lovely Dr. Cora Miles Powell. And, of course, on the phone lines, I've got a very, very special guest. I'm excited for her because she is making history. She's groundbreaking. She's provocative and insightful. She's doing what has never been done before. And I'm talking about, again, the newly appointed president of the National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Choruses. I'm speaking of none other than Dr. Maribeth Gentry. Let's go to the phone lines and talk with her for just a moment and find out what's going on. Dr. Maribeth, are you there?
I am here, and how are you?
I am too blessed to be stressed.
Now, isn't that the truth?
Well, listen, I see that congratulations are in order, first and foremost, for being the very first female president there at the National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Choruses. How does that feel?
It feels wonderful. In the 89-year history, there's only been 3 presidents. The founder, Dr. Dorsey. The next was Bishop Kenneth H. Mose out of Connecticut. And then myself, and I'm the first female, and I've been serving now 10 years. This is my 10th year.
10th year, and how many years? Did you say 60? How many years?
No, 89. We're 89 years old this year.
89 years old. Started by the late great Dr. Thomas Dorsey. Now, many
yes, in 1932. And then he had the first convention in 1933 in the wonderful city of Chicago, Illinois.
And we know Chicago is a mecca for music, and particularly gospel music.
Oh, yes.
Now, that was somewhat of an innovation there with Dr. Dorsey. Tell them a little history. Give them a little flyover lesson about the late Thomas Dorsey.
He was one of the most prolific songwriters you'll ever want to hear of writing over 500 songs. And most of them, his most famous song, of course, is Precious Lord, Take My Hand, which has been sung in I don't know how many languages, and even the Grammys, they did it about 4 or 5 years ago. They sang it with Beyonce leading the song, and it's just been, he's prolific, and he was light years ahead of his time as far as innovations in the field of gospel music. And he was my mentor too.
Really?
Because I'm up there. I'm not a spring chicken, so I'm up there. And but I just thank the Lord for his leadership and all the things. He even got a home. He was the first producer of sheet music. He had the company back there in the 30s, the early 30s. And 40s, he was the first one to produce sheet music.
Mm-hmm. And he was already himself an accomplished musician.
Oh yes. At that time, he had left the field with blues, and the Lord had directed him towards gospel music. Of course, it wasn't accepted at first. He had quite a fight to go in there because we don't want that jazzy, bluesy stuff in our church. But they began to see and understand the feeling that went along with it and the spreading of the gospel of Jesus Christ through gospel music.
Mm-hmm. And that's some great history for us to understand and know, because one thing about innovation, nobody likes innovation when it happens. We always look for something new, but when it comes along, we seem to be the first.
Everybody's a little hesitant at first. They say, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you go test the waters. Now, if you get shot, that means I don't. That's God telling me not to do it. But
yes, so it's really been an interesting. I was mentored by him, and he was one of the finest persons you ever wanted to know. And his music is just phenomenal. If I start naming the songs, you say, "Oh, he wrote that. He wrote that." Yes, he wrote a lot of songs that we still sing.
Well,
but Precious Lord is the number that he's noted for.
I did a organ solo. Well, actually, I was kind of inspired by Billy Preston. He did it years ago. He put out a
he was phenomenal, Billy Preston. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what really inspired me about the organ. That's what turned me. One of the things that turned me on about playing the organ. And I did a Precious Lord. What do you call it?
Presentation.
Yeah.
You have to come then and do it for us.
I'd love to.
We're in Orlando. We're going to be there from August the 6th through August the 12th. And we're going to be there that whole week at the DoubleTree Hilton Hotel at Universal. I have to make sure we say at Universal Studios because I know you all have about 3 or 4 of the DoubleTree Hiltons there.
They're all over the place, yeah.
All over the place, because I went to the wrong one time at SeaWorld, and they said, nah, you got to go all the way on the other side of town.
Yeah, that's the perils of being the number one tourist destination in the world. Everybody wants multiple locations.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, but we would love you to come. You have to come.
Absolutely. I'm going to be there, actually. And so, as you mentioned, it's happening here in Orlando at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel. That's August 6th through the 12th near the Universal entrance. And that's the Twin Towers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. It's the Twin Towers, yes.
Yeah, so most
it's
people...
a huge one, but it's very, very nice, and we're going to be as safe as we can, as you were telling them earlier. I listened to you, and it's very true. We are going to be a safe convention. We are we're not mandating anything, but just asking everybody, please wear masks for the safety of us all.
Yes, absolutely. Now, you told us a little bit about the late, great Thomas Dorsey and all of his contributions. Tell us a little bit about, now, you walk with him, and what are some of the things that it has impacted your life and brought you to the place that now you can take over from where he kind of left off?
It's being humble.
Mm-hmm.
And that is understanding your place where God wants you to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he always said, always pray and ask the Lord for guidance. And I've done that, and I haven't gone wrong. A lot of times people don't understand you when you follow God, in what he has to give you. And you have to listen to him. And Dr. Dorsey just was a good teacher. He taught you solid foundation in your church first. That was his thing. You had to be really founded in the Word of God and your church. And then the other things came, on as the time went on. But he was a very, very firm about that you had to know God. You can't sing gospel music and not know God.
Ooh.
He just felt that.
Well, hey, don't start nothing now. You better.
That was his idea, for real, and that's the truth. You can sing it, but you can feel from another person.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, coming up in the way we came up now, we came up in old time Pentecostal, so you don't dare get up there and try to sing something you ain't living.
Not at all. And that's what he taught us. He has classes on how to be trained as a singer and songwriting. See, that's really why the convention was actually formed, that he wanted a platform for artists and songwriters to have their music presented to August body of people, and then be carried back to their churches.
Wow.
And their community, and back then they didn't have a lot of community choirs, but back to their churches and the quartets and whatever, that you had. Because a lot of people forget about the quartets, but they were part of us too. And but we have to learn that, and that's what he wanted us to do. That's why the convention was started. And it has to be favor of God for it to go on for 89 years.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you mentioned the training that Dr. Dorsey was all about, and I see that you have a master class, or matter of fact, a few master classes going on with Pastor Kim Burrell, Minister Stephen Hurd, who we all know, and, of course, Bishop Hezekiah Walker.
Yes, they all are going to do a master class that week. And we also have Dortia Hutchins School is a training institute within our convention, and it has different classes that all types of persons can take, to get enhanced in what you're doing in your ministry. So that's officiated by our own Dr. Kevin Parrott, who's from Tampa, Florida. So that's going to be that class will be going on all week long. You can sign up for some of the classes and be just really enlightened about a lot of things.
So now I consider myself a choir guy. I grew up on choirs.
Yes.
They're trying to make me a quartet guy over here at OKB. Hit me with all.
You know what? You can be both.
I can.
You can be both.
I can do all things.
That's right. You can do all things. You don't have to stop with just what you can be both. I was trained opera, but I sang everything that I wanted to sing in the Lord's name. I did.
Now that's a wide range. You went from operatic to gospel.
That's what my master's degree is in voice.
Wow.
But I trained for the opera, but I did not do opera. They said, well, you don't really sound gospel, but you don't. But then you got the spirit. So, see, the spirit takes over where other things don't.
Right. It makes up all the difference, right?
It covers the difference. Mm-hmm.
So now with the classes, is voice going to be one of the classes, or they're talking about
voice
the business?
will be one of the classes. And they have, we have a new, Dr. Parrott is our new dean of the school. We had Dr. Moyer for years, and now we have Dr. Parrott in charge. And that is one of the classes that you can take is voice training. I taught voice training one time many years ago as one of the classes. So it's always been voice classes there for you to help train you, to be more proficient in your job.
That sounds, yeah, perfecting that gift.
Yes.
And so let me ask you what might be a little bit of a, provocative question. And that is, from the times of Dr. Dorsey and his philosophy and approach to gospel music to this present day, how do you think, what's your impression of the evolution of gospel music?
It's changing, but it's not changing. The common thread is God and spreading the news.
Mm-hmm.
That's the common thread. And with that, you are just dealing with now different styles and different perceptions and different beats and different things of that sort. Mm-hmm. But your common thread will always be the singing and spreading of the news of Jesus Christ through music. And now it's rap, it's everything. It's inclusive in that. So you're working on the message and the different to appeal, to make sure that you're appealing without
the compromising.
That's the word. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Without compromising, you are appealing to all ages and all genres. I was backstage with. I received an award at the Stellars, and I was backstage.
Congratulations again. Well, you collected,
and this
huh?
young man, I got the Hall of Fame award. And I was sitting backstage, and I got tapped on the hand, and who was it but Snoop Dogg? And he was performing that night.
Wow.
And he just said, Mother. And I didn't know him. I looked up, I said, oh, my God, Snoop Dogg. And I told him, you now presented a gospel album. I said, you can reach young people that if they saw me coming towards you, they'd run the other way. But I said, you can appeal to them.
Yes, he can.
And get the message across to them. I said, I'm glad you're doing gospel music, and I hope that you continue and be encouraged to do it to inspire these young people. And he kissed my hand and said, thank you. And but you never know who you're going to meet in this industry and who's doing what.
Because it's becoming more appealing as we are becoming, and I think it's because of the church itself is becoming a little less full of itself in the sense that, I'm the only one to go into heaven. And, again, I'm bleeding on you.
You know what? I think that's why I often say this, and I may be controversial, but I often say, why do you think the past 2 years God shut down all of the churches just about?
Closed them all down, didn't he?
So everybody had to step back and look and follow God's vision and not yours.
Maybe that was one of those reintroductions. Let's get reacquainted type of things.
Yes. Where are you all going now? Where are you all going with the church and the understanding? So he got it. So everybody had to stop look and listen and see what's happening, And so the COVID taught a lot of people a lot of things. And so we had to sit back and, like you said, this is what we have to do now. We have to be on one accord, and know what this is all about.
Well, how much now? Because there's always now. I do workshops from time to time. I just did a seminar in the UK, and it was basically, it was a prophetic worship. So that kind of give it a different kind of twist. What's prophetic worship? But one of the things I think I wanted to present in terms of as musicians, songwriters, singers, and et cetera, and creatives, is that if you're going to do worship, if you're going to do gospel music, it probably would be a good thing for you to have a working knowledge of the Word of God at some level.
Yes.
Because if you get up there, he woke me up this morning. Yeah, we got that. Started me on. Yeah, we got that too. And but to add a little substance,
Yes, a substance that really understands that this God that we serve is awesome. That's what you're trying to get. I mean, he's there for you all of the time. And if you get this, people,
that was a song too.
James.
You remember James Moore? He was there.
Yes, all the time. And, I have to give kudos. We've had some of the greatest songwriters other than Dr. Dorsey. Roberta Martin was out of our convention. I can just go down the list. And later years, of course, we had our own Bishop Hezekiah Walker, Donald Lawrence, Stephen Hurd. I can go down the list of songwriters and producers that have come out of our convention as young people and songwriters. That's what we do. We try to nurture songwriters too.
Well,
I'm
telling you,
the performer, and not only the songwriter, but the person that is actually singing the Word of God.
Because, if you're talking about Hezekiah Walker, who basically he's always been pretty much at the top of the charts, but he had a resurgence now because he's kind of modified his style a little bit. He used to have all the songs they go up about 5 times and modulate. Like everybody can't do that,
Well, some of the tenors were almost eyeballs were popping out.
Yeah, tenors like, okay, we're gonna turn that over to the altos.
But that's what a lot of songs, when you keep modulating up, that's wait a minute now. But he is truly. I wish people would really know him for who he is. He is truly a man of God. I mean, I've sat down recently and talked with him, and you'd be surprised. A lot of people may be surprised how really humble Hezekiah Walker is, but God keeps elevating him. And like you said, that you have to redefine yourself sometimes. You have to say, hey, okay, what am I doing now? What can I do? And God will show you what to do.
Well, he definitely had
We shut down the convention in 2018. The Lord had given me a vision. I said, well, we can't afford certain things. And we said, okay. But the Lord gave me a vision. We shut down our convention on a Sunday morning, and we went and had worship with Bishop T.D. Jakes. He opened his arms to us. We came, and did we have church? Ooh. That was in Dallas.
Yes.
Dallas.
At the Potter's house.
At the Potter's house.
Well,
we had church, and he
that's
preached
pretty
to
easy.
us that Sunday. I said, ooh, my folks, poor things.
They shout on the announcements there. They go in. You start saying the announcement, they get happy.
Yes, sir.
But tell me this now, Dr. Maribel. Maribeth, rather. I apologize for that. But
please, no problem.
How do you compare? What do you get between the two? Now, James Cleveland had his convention. Tommy Dorsey has his. What kind of distinguishes one from the other?
Well, I can truly say that Dr. Dorsey, James Cleveland was a part of us. I forgot. Now, how could I forget that? He was our musical director for the young people for years. And then because he became so popular with the music industry, recordings and all that stuff. And Dr. Dorsey was kind of taking a little step back from all of that. But James Cleveland was surging forward, and that's why they called him the king of gospel music, because he was.
Absolutely.
And his recordings are phenomenal. They'll last forever. So when he got ready to start the workshop, he came to Dr. Dorsey, and I talked to him and asked him for his guidance and his leadership ability to help him. Would he mind? And he did not. Dr. Dorsey says, plenty of room out there, and then that's how they got started. We're the place where you come to hear your music. The workshop was there because they were so big in the industry that everybody came out of there with recordings and whatever, and we did not have all of that at the time. So those were the two kind of different things. And then we were, we just kept on going, and a lot of our people belonged to both. And so it was always there, and then you had all of the other conventions that have come forth musically since then. But those two branched off because the music industry wanted to have James Cleveland in charge of what they were presenting at that time and giving artists an opportunity on their recording companies.
That makes sense. It was a pipeline to a record deal, if you were.
Yes, it was. It was. Yolanda Adams, all of those people were at the workshop. They heard them, and look at what they became. And it's because of the industry itself. And we were still there, but we were just nurturing the people and shipping them out to wherever they needed to go to get their music out there.
Well, I love that, and the fact that I think it's a community of singers, musicians, songwriters, and it's really an environment that kind of fosters your gift. It's like they say, iron sharpening iron. For those who, particularly here in Florida, and we have somewhat of a challenge with bringing the talent that we have. There's a plethora of talent in the area here, but how do you get them to bring them to a place of synergy to recognize that we're stronger together than we'd ever be apart?
People have, that Pastor, they have to see. They don't believe a lot of times. They have to see it and feel it. So when they come to these different conventions, it's a surge within yourself. The heart begins to say, okay, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this week of music and praising God through music. And then that surge comes, and then you're ready to go out and present yourself as an artist. And it's really been a thing. Like we also have speakers that come, ministers. Bishop Moe started that, where he figured you sing, but you also need the Word of God.
Yeah.
So every day from Tuesday through Friday, we will have from your area, Bishop John Guns will be our speaker for consecration.
And
morning.
Sharon Riley, she's actually local.
Yeah, and she's going to preach Sunday morning for us, and then Bishop Rudolph McKissick, out of Jacksonville, Florida. He will be, and then we will have Bishop McCree from right there in
Experience Church.
Yes. He's going to be speaking on Tuesday with us, and he has been really tremendous in helping us get organized, and some of the other people there that he has assigned to help us get the word out that we're on our way.
Awesome. And so is that like part of your kind of your motif, that when you come to town you try to utilize those ministry gifts that are in the region?
Yes, that's what we try. We every now and then we fly somebody out, to do, but most of the time you all have such wonderful people in that area. Why go somewhere else why reinvent the wheel when you've already got
plenty of wheels?
Yeah. Why not use? And God has just blessed us everywhere we've gone. People have just joined us in and came, and then, like I said, every now and then we'll get a soloist or a speaker in. Like we have some of the dynamic recording artists like Jason Claiborne, Jeffrey Golden, Stephen Hurd, and like I said, Kim Burrell. We have a lot of artists, Jesse Williams, and that they're new, and if you hear them, you're going to really enjoy them out of St. Louis. And we have our own choirs. We have some phenomenal groups. We have the male chorus. We have the women's chorus. That's new this year, too. You know, they weren't going to let me get by being a female president and they not get a female chorus.
Not on my watch.
Tuesday night is going to be their first night performing. And you know those
Wait a minute.
women
Oh,
are
wait.
up. I said, ooh.
Is that this? So that's the 6th you're speaking of, right? August 6th? Is it starting on the 6th?
It's, the Sunday night will start, and Bishop Walker is presenting at our convention the Choir Fest. At I think it's 7 or 8 o'clock that Sunday night.
Is that a taping? Doesn't he have a show like that on TV or somewhere?
He goes all around the country doing that. He just did it at the Stella Awards, the Choir Fest, and they were packed out. There was no room. He did it when I was in Baltimore. It was no room in the inn. It was just packed. And he had choirs from all over. And we have Eric Waddell out of Baltimore. He's coming, too. I know you've heard of him before. He's a very wonderful artist.
Well,
and many have asked to come this year. But we're starting back. We had to cut back on the programming somewhat because, you know, of the social distancing and those things that we have to be careful of our members.
So this is the first of since the pandemic.
Yes, we have not. This will be our third year, and our people are just going crazy about being back together. We're like a big family reunion, and we get together once a year and present what God has given us. And this has been almost 3 years, so they're really
I can
insane.
imagine. This is probably going to be the best ever.
And you know what? That's what I've been praying, that when the people sacrifice their monies, because everybody is short on cash. Now, you know, and the musicians were hurt most of all by the pandemic because everything shut down, that they were even going to think. So we're really excited about the thought of getting together and presenting music to one another and sing and shout and have a very, very good time, but also learning things that we need to learn. And I also want to add this. We are also dealing with, I want everybody to be careful. There are mental issues, too, to go along with this pandemic.
Yes.
And we have to be very careful, watch our family members, love them and care for them, and also make sure that mentally, that we don't like talking about mental issues because they think it's something bad. It's not. If you talk about it, then it won't get out of hand.
Exactly. I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah.
So
anyway, but I just want, you're a wonderful host. You're really great.
Thank you. No, you made it easy because, number one, I'm very interested in what you're doing and impressed by your legacy, and your pedigree is impressive.
My mom and dad met at the convention, got married, and here come me and my brother.
Wow. Improv. Thanks to the convention. Bless God.
Yes, I owe a lot to the National Convention.
Bless the Lord. Well, listen now. So you did mention recording. So they say recording artist Jason Claiborne, Jeffrey Golden. I remember him. Stephen Hurd and the amazing Kim Burrell. We're gonna have to prop Sister Kim up a little bit because she's got a little bit of a firestorm going there for us.
Yes, she does. And I said, but that's just a part of the industry. But we have other artists that are coming. Like I said, I don't know if you know Eric Wardell out of Patrick Lundy.
Oh yes,
You heard it?
yes.
Oh, he's going to perform twice there at our convention. And some other artists that we're still trying to work on. We're trying to work out some financial things because when you don't meet in 3 years, finances go south.
Yes.
But we've had some good people that have been working behind the scenes to keep us afloat.
Oh, cool. Wonderful. That's good to hear. And so is it all day from sun up to sundown, or is it just nightly?
No, we had to do this year. We had to make sure we had breaks in there, so there will be some, like Sunday, you're going to be Sunday morning service, and that was Sister Reverend Wiley. Am I correct? Riley. She's
Sister,
speaking Sunday morning.
Pastor Riley. Oh, Sharon Riley.
Yeah, Sharon Riley
Okay.
speaking Sunday morning, and Patrick Lundy is singing. And then we're going to give out the 50-year pins and other things. We have we give communion, because a lot of people miss having communion on the first Sunday.
Right.
So we even have communion.
What time was that starting?
Huh?
What time would that morning service start?
The morning service will start at 10 a.m. They have Sunday school from 9 to 10. See, we go to
Look
whole
at that.
9 yards.
Oh, my
Sunday
goodness. They
school
got Sunday
from 9
school.
to 10, and then 10 o'clock we have the service.
Awesome.
And she will be speaking, and Patrick Lundy will be singing. You got the St. Louis Gospel Choir Union, which is phenomenal. They're great. And then I have to speak up because that's my city. My home is St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, yeah. My daughter's there right now taking the bar.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah, she's there right now. We send a word of prayer that she stay focused.
Oh,
and
Lord.
that the Lord would bring
Well,
all
they have
things to
some of the
remembrance.
best institutes in this city for becoming a practicing law. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why she went there. One of the reasons, anyway. And so we're believing God she's going to come back with a good report in Jesus'
All
name.
right, Daddy, pride.
Amen, amen. So I am super glad. Now, let's give the folks some more information on how they can get more information, register, the cost, and all that good stuff.
Okay, now, all they have to do is to go to ncgccinc.org. I repeat it again, ncgccinc.org. And that will pull up a plethora of information, costs, what's going on day by day. If there is a cost, a lot of the stuff that we're trying to keep it cost efficient. On Monday morning, we're honoring the first line workers, and on Wednesday, evening at 8 o'clock, we're honoring all the veterans. So any veterans that you know in that area are welcome, and we're going to seat them together, and we're going to sing to our veterans, whether they're Vietnam, whoever. We want to honor our military people on Wednesday.
We'll have to make mention of that next Wednesday, too, to make sure they get out and get the flowers they deserve for putting their lives on the
they
land.
deserve it, because many of them come back and they're injured and wounded and just going through things. But gospel music is an uplifting music, and that's what we want to present to them on Wednesday night, and our first frontline workers on Monday morning. And we've got all kinds of goodies. You just don't want to miss it. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, y'all make sure to save a spot for me now. That's Michael Norman, Dr. Cora Miles, Dr. Cora Miles Powell.
Judy, we're going to make sure Sister Judy Neal knows when you're coming, because she's the one that contacted me about this. And this has been a wonderful experience being with you this morning,
Same
Pastor
here.
Norman.
Thank
and
you.
And you've allowed me to speak and what have you. And I just thank the Lord for this time in your space. And you will be treated royally. You know that you have been to the National Convention of Gospel Choirs, of course, once you step your foot in the door.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to it. You got me all excited now. We got to go.
Yes, you must come. Mm-hmm.
So again, give us those dates and website info, and invite the people one more time.
Okay, I want everybody to be at the Grand Ballroom at the Doubletree Hilton at Universal. Remember, Doubletree Hilton at Universal, since I got 3 or 4 of them there. That must be the Universal one, where we're at the entrance of Universal Studios. And it will be from August the 6th through August the 12th. We end on Friday night with our young people, and they are phenomenal. Kirk Franklin came and heard them and said, where have they been? Where have these young people come from? All across the country. He said, it look like they're happy to sing, and they are. And that will be, and you are more than welcome. And please check ncgccinc.org, and you will get all of your information there.
That's NCGCC Inc. That's INC as in incorporated.
Yes, INC.org.
And again, Dr. Maribeth Gentry, congratulations on being the first female president of the 89th National Convention of the gospel choirs and choruses. I am super excited and looking forward to meeting you there person to person. So everybody, hey guys, you already know what you got to do. Next week, whatever you got planned, drop some plans and come out and enjoy this incredible convention, who's back after 2 years off. So I know everybody's ready to, chopping at the bits.
At the hotel, I said, just get prepared. When you hear the screaming, nobody's falling out ahead, going crazy. They're just glad to see you.
We're just happy, just glad to be out.
And thank you so much again, Pastor Norman, for allowing this time on your program. And I'm just excited. You made me excited.
Well, listen, we're going to both be excited when we show up there at the 89th Annual National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Choruses. It's going to be one for the book. And again, Dr. Gentry, thank you for your time. Thank you for the invite, and we definitely will look forward to seeing you there.
All right, we'll look forward. Now, don't forget, we're looking for you now.
Absolutely.
All right, then. God bless all of you.
For he has laid
You want gospel music? You want the choir music? Here it is right here.
opened up the way. Put those hands together. Tell me what more. What can he do? Tell me what more. Tell me what more. Sing, what can he do? Yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Beverly Crawford.
What more can he do? Oh, what more can my God do? Oh, what more can he do?
Let me say this right here. Everything you need to succeed in life, God's already given to you. You've got dominion, faith, and the power of the Holy Ghost. There's nothing you can't do. Stand firm in your position. It can change your condition. I want to know one more.
Listen to this again. Oh, everything you need to succeed in life, God's gonna give it to you. With dominion and faith and power of the Holy Ghost.
Hey, folks, don't forget to remember, make it a must to be a part of the National Convention of the Gospel Choirs and Choruses happening August 6th through the 12th at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel at the Universal Entry. You know, the one right there on Kirkman Road. Excuse me. So make sure you be a part of that. It's going to be amazing. After 2 years off, no conventions, no nothing. It's going. I'm telling you, they're going for blood this time. All right, so it's going to be amazing. So make sure you be a part of it. Also, I got to remind you and thank all of our sponsors, one of which is Clean Cloud. And Clean Cloud has this home memory screening that can be done right there in the privacy of your own home. They are literally making it easy to determine whether or not there's some memory loss there. And one of the things that they do is tell you right now, it says if you check your memory from the comfort of your home in just 5 minutes, 5 steps, simple steps, one of which is to register for a memory scan. Number 2, schedule your memory scan or your screening with a certified memory assessor. That's right there, of course, at Clean Cloud. And number 3, test your memory. And if you're, one of those habitual, where are my keys? And it's always in your pocket or in your hand. Or where are my glasses? And they're always on your forehead. So you might want to check into this. This might be something you could use, okay? And then step 4 is review your results. Step 5, receive information about your local resources in your community. And that's, again, Clean Cloud. They're a proud sponsor of the 411 with Dr. Cora Miles Powell. They have an office right here in Maitland. They got offices all over the place. But for more information, go to cleancloudresearch.com. That's CLINCLOUD, cleancloudresearch.com. WOKBinspiration.com and get more information and how you can get these some of their free services that they have available for the community, particularly in the neurological studies and memory loss, whether you're dealing with, someone maybe dealing with Alzheimer, excuse me, Alzheimer, or any other kind of memory loss or affected or neurological issues, this would be a great resource for you. So again, get on your computer and just go to CLINCLOUD, CLINCloudresearch.com for more information. And of course, it'd be absolutely remiss for me if I did not encourage you strongly, as I do every time, to make sure that you go to the good folks over. Where'd my thing go? I had a good flow going there, and then I just lost it. So the good folks over at CMJ Resources, sorry about that, folks. CMJ Resources is your one stop where you can get all the information you need to start your own business and get all the resource information that helps you to build and develop and sustain your business. I was just listening to a podcast earlier on how many ways, my goodness. Now I understand. You guys remember how upset we were when we found out that Donald Trump has not paid any taxes? And he's supposedly a billionaire? How is that possible? Well, the same resources that he had made available to him are available to all business people. But it's all about who you know and what you know. Okay, so if you need financial advice, if you need financial resources or information, you have to go to a credible CPA that knows all of the tax laws and things of that nature and how they modify. Because truth of the matter is, if you look at the tax code, it favors not the rich, not just the rich, I should say it like that. But what it really does tend to favor are entrepreneurs. Because literally, I'll give you a fun fact. Now, I'm not a CPA, but guess what? If you use your car to do business for your business, all of the depreciation on your car is a write-off on your taxes. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even have to count against you as a personal tax. So literally, you could be driving your car, not only paying for the repair and the cost of repairs and maintenance, but the car itself. But you'll never be able to do that until you find out more about what does it take to own your own business and then begin to operate within that business, because there are certain benefits that are only available to those who are in business for themselves. So again, get in touch with the good folks over at cmjresources.org. That's cmjresources.org, and they're going to get all of the resources necessary to get your business up and running and maintained. Listen, why complain? Don't you complain another day about the lack of money, lack of opportunity, when there's so much available to you if you'll do the work. See, the principles work, but they don't work by themselves. You got to work the principles, okay? So you get the principles, and then you work the principles, and then you get the profits. The principle plus the principle equals profit. The Bible says if you delight yourself and you begin to meditate on these things and keep this word before you and teach it to your children, he says, then you will make your way prosperous. Not God will make your way prosperous. You will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Speaking of good success, I also want to remind you that, hey, have you ever been in a position where you thought it'd be nice if I had somebody to coach me along some of these vicissitudes, these crossroads in life, whether it's business, whether it's relationship, whether it's marriage or child rearing? If you had a resource that is there to say, hey, listen, this is what you need to do. We've been there. We've experienced it. Here's the best advice for the circumstance that you find yourself in. Well, that's what we have available right now at the Blueprint. The Wisdom Blueprint is now available to you right now. It offers, again, for a monthly subscription, you have 24-hour access to information, insight, and experiences and knowledge to help you in your business, in your marriage, in your relationships, raising children, and a whole plethora of information that's going to be available. It's a monthly subscription. You cancel at any time. Go to michaelnormanministries.com, and that'll redirect you to the Blueprint the wisdom blueprint. Everybody needs wisdom. I don't know anybody. Matter of fact, that was one of the big things that I prayed for God to give me. I said, if you think that if God thought that Solomon was just such a great guy because he didn't want possession, he didn't want houses, he didn't want stocks and bonds, he just wanted wisdom. And God says, because you asked for wisdom, not only am I going to give you wisdom, but I'm going to bless the works of your hand. And he goes on to become super, super rich, super prosperous, so much so that when the Queen of Sheba comes along to interview him, have you ever had so much wealth that when you bring your girlfriend over to your house to show her around, she just faints? Now that's some wealth. That's the kind of wealth I'm talking about. They said she almost passed out because all of the workers were in place, all of the employers were in place, all of the fixtures, the place was immaculate, everything had its proper place, and she went back saying that the half had not been told. So, don't you want that same level of wisdom available to you? It's available right now at the Wisdom Blueprint. We're going to give you the blueprint on how to succeed in every area and aspect of life. I just shared with you some information concerning how you can even have your car written off as a part of your business expenses. But you can't get it until you signed up. Sign up right now. Go to michaelnormanministries.com. Michael Norman Ministries. That's MICHAEL. Michael Norman Ministries.com, and then sign up for the Wisdom Blueprint. And of course, that's you can cancel at any time, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the best thing that you have ever had. Someone to walk alongside you and say, hey, listen, here's what wisdom is dictating in this sort of circumstances. And we go an even step further for those who want that one-on-one counseling. You want that one-on-one coaching to help unlock the potential that's in you? Well, we have that available too. All you need to do, again, is go to michaelnormanministries.com, and it will redirect you to the Wisdom Blueprint. And there you can sign up for one-on-one counseling. I'm telling you, it's going to help you break through whatever seemingly barriers. Maybe you're not facing any barriers. Maybe you just need some ideas to help take your business or your life or your ministry or whatever you're involved in. You just need some wisdom to help take it to the next level. Sign up today. Go to michaelnormanministries.com right now. Go to michaelnormanministries.com, and it will redirect you to the Wisdom Blueprint, and you'll get the blueprint on how to succeed in this life. Okay? Well, again, go out to Dr. Gentry for coming by and sharing with us the information. Make sure you make plans to be a part of the National Gospel Chorus and Convention. Chorus and Choirs Convention. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, I know they're like horses in a stable. They've just been waiting for 2 years to be able to come out and minister and do what they do. So I know I'm going to be there. I want you to be there. Glenn, we're going to get you some, you're going to be there too? So we'll get your credentials. Okay. All right. So guys, hey, listen, we'll see you next time Wednesday right here again for the 411. Dr. Cora Miles Powell says she loves you. All right. Give them a call at CMJ Resources. They're available for you. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Gonna celebrate your love and all that you give unto me. I just wanna thank